Welcome to the pre-match show presented by the Brian Birds Home Selling Team. Score the best deal on a home with the Brian Birds Home Selling Team. Visit brianbirds.com or call 751-1500.
It's a good time to be a Loco. They won last Saturday, winners again on Wednesday, and tonight, looking to make it 3 for 3 in the final match of this home stretch. As always, this behind-the-scenes look brought to you by GECU. Welcome to the fortress that is Southwest University Park. 17 matches unbeaten here for Locomotive FC, and tonight they play host to Austin Bold in another Copa Tejas matchup. Good evening to you, Duke Keith, along with Heidi Mocha. This is the Brian Birds Home Selling Team pregame show, and we have seen Locomotive FC play some great soccer this season, but they right now, Heidi, are on an incredible run of form.
Absolutely. They have been unreal. The Locomotive have won 6 of their last 7 matches, with the one that they didn't win being a draw, so still picking up points. Tonight is the 3rd game in a week, and they still are showing no signs of slowing down. They have depth in their roster, the attack is working, and the defense is shutting down opponents. And tonight, we play here at the Fortress.
Absolutely, and to that point, let's go back to Wednesday evening and take a quick look. This past Wednesday, San Antonio struggling to get anything going, even with 2 dynamic players in Nathan and Jose Gallegos. But for El Paso, Diego Luna, a big goal to give him 5 total on the season, followed by Jose Aguinaga scoring the club's 100th goal all time. And, of course, the defense coming away with another clean sheet.
Duke, I said it on Wednesday. El Paso plays team defense, and that's really what we've been seeing all year. The 2 first-half goals allow El Paso to control the game, but they would go down a man to a red card, and yet they still maintained the shutout and limited San Antonio to only 2 shots on target. The forwards, midfielders, the whole team defends, and that's why they take so much pride in picking up a league-best 7th clean sheet.
Well, it wasn't a shutout on Wednesday for tonight's opponent, Austin Bold, but they did get the win versus Colorado Springs. Austin goes up early in the 12th minute. Juan Pablo Torres with the shot, curling away from the keeper. What a pretty strike. And this goal by the Switchbacks. How do you sneak that in there? Darren Yapi tying things up right here. Bink. Incredible. In the end, Austin's Colin Fernandez off the perfect setup, driving it home for what would be the winning goal. Austin Bold defeats Colorado Springs 2-1.
Yeah, it's a good win for Austin. They have some good players that are a threat to score anytime they're on the pitch. But like Locomotive, they're also playing 3 matches in a week. The real question for tonight is, does Austin have the depth to compete with El Paso's quality? Austin will be on essentially 1 day of rest and traveling to what has to be the hardest place to play at the USL.
Well, Heidi, does fortune favor the bold, or does Locomotive FC stay on track to conquering the Mountain Division? It's El Paso Locomotive FC versus Austin Bold next.
Thank you for watching the pre-match show presented by Brian Birds Home Selling Team. Score the best deal on a home with the Brian Birds Home Selling Team. Visit brianbirds.com or call 915-751-1500.
Locomotive FC has gone Adidas. Brand new official Locomotive gear in the 3 stripes is available, including the 2021 jerseys and new styles from men, women, and children. With unique colors and styles, there's something for everyone. Shop online at locomotiveteamshop.com or visit our team shop located at the stadium. Locomotive FC offers a wide variety of exclusive experiences, including private party spaces, individual suites, and hospitality areas. Give us a call at 915-235-GOAL for more information and to book your next event. Season tickets are on sale now. Don't miss a second of the Locos in action by getting a seat to every match. Buy your tickets now at eplocomotivefc.com/ticket or by calling or texting 915-235-GOAL. Nitro Circus is back for 2021 with the action-packed You Got This tour coming to El Paso Saturday, October 23rd. Top athletes in FMX, skate, BMX, scooter, and more. Are you ready to get this party started? Throwing down huge world's firsts off the biggest ramps in action sports with more crazy contraptions, more insane stunts, more high adrenaline fun than ever before. El Paso, get ready to put your hands in the air. We're coming to Southwest University Park this October 23rd. Get your tickets now NitroCircus.com.
Welcome to Southwest University Park here in downtown El Paso. Let's take a quick check of the starting lineups first for Locomotive FC. No Richie Ryan in the starting lineup, and that means there might be a little more on that back line. Andrew Fox stepping into that center back role as we take a look as well at Austin Bold FC. This is basically the second game in almost as many days, like 3 days for them. And Elliot Panico. Key for them, he leads the league with 6 clean sheets this year, Heidi.
Yes, he does. And the other challenge for Austin is they just transferred Sean Okoli to Orange County, and he had been leading Austin in goals with 3 in 13 appearances.
Their leading scorer. We are just about underway here from Southwest University Park. An overcast end to the evening here in El Paso, Texas. It'll be Bold with the first touch. And underway for Marcelo Serrano's Austin Bold FC. This is a team, as you look at it, having their leading scorer traded away. Also gone, Jason Johnson, the Jamaican international, to FC Tulsa. Both of them transferred out. Okoli going back to Orange County, where he plied his trade last year. And in the middle of June, they loaned Beto Avila to FC Edmonton of the Canadian Premier League. So, interesting. That didn't take long for Beto to come back to Austin Bold. But this is a team that can grind out results. Offense, with Okoli gone, might be missing this evening, but only 1 defeat on the road, and that was in the first match of the season at New Mexico, 3-1.
Right, they have figured out how to play on the road and to get results. They have really, with their their back line being anchored by their goalkeeper, they've definitely have the defense figured out. In the last few games, they seem to have found a little bit of their offensive niche to be able to pull out some wins.
Well, Marcelo Serrano certainly has the bona fides. First and only head coach for Austin Bold, joined in 2018 for the inaugural season as Locomotive. Already in the mixer there in the 18-yard box. That'll go out for a goal kick. Coached the Brazilian youth national team, won several championships with those youth teams, and was an assistant for the United States U17 national team. He coaches the coaches in Brazil. That's the kind of CV Marcelo Serrano has.
Absolutely. And he's been really great also with younger players, with average of his team being 25-year-old. And tonight they're coming in third in the Western Conference Division and in a playoff spot.
Big win over Switchbacks FC last Wednesday night.
But they have had a little bit of an up and down season. But right now, I mean, if there's a time to be on the upside, now and continuing through the rest of the season, that's what they'd like to see.
6-4-5 with 23 points, third in the Mountain Division, behind only El Paso and RGV. Good work by Sebastian Velazquez, who gets the starting nod tonight. Seba making his way back to Locomotive FC and to El Paso, a place he calls home these days. The world of football taking him to a number of different places after his 2019 finish to the season in El Paso, beginning with the Miami FC. And then a stint in Israel. It's a decent thought by Lucho Solignac. And Ed Borelli will run this down. Back to Nick Ross, the Scotsman, into the middle. Velazquez pushing it down. Solignac trying to play it up a little further. but not able to find Aaron Gomez.
And right there on that series, there was a lot of white and blue players all in one spot. Just a little too many touches with too many players in one space. They need to really look to utilize, get it out, and then get it back in, but in the box, so they can be dangerous and attack the goal.
Matt Boehner playing out on the wing. Yuma to Fox. Andrew Fox. Borelli, first time to the far post, trying to bring it down. Lucho Solignac. As we take a look at our officials this evening, our referee in the middle, Michael Radchuk. The assistant referees, Noah Kenyawane. And Chris Canales. Our fourth official is Jalen Gray. Restart from Panico. 6'5", 205-pounder. Again, those 6 clean sheets leads the championship. Out of Huntersville, North Carolina. On loan to Austin Bold from Nashville SC, and they've got a number of players on loan to good effect for this organization. As we take a look at our Casa Auto Group keys to the game, what are you looking for tonight, Heidi?
Well, to start, we'd like the Locomotive to push the attack. El Paso's been able to rotate their players and find rest for their guys. So do the Austin defenders have enough left in their legs with this short turnaround time to keep up with El Paso forwards and midfielders, as they're also coming into their third match in a week. Then limit chances. As we said earlier, Sean Acoli is now with Orange County, but Juan Pablo Torres and Colin Fernandez are still very dynamic players, and El Paso needs to keep an eye on them. And then what all of the Locomotive love is keep a clean sheet. This was a key to the match last Wednesday, and El Paso was able to get their league-leading 7th clean sheet of the season, even with a man down.
Pino, stopped by Ketterer, forces the touch, and it will be a corner kick. Chick-fil-A corner first of the night goes to Austin. Great interplay. Pino receiving that out from the left wing. Kind of muffed the touch there at the edge of the 6, it looks like.
And that's the kind of plays we don't want to have a lot of them for Locomotive, but with Ketterer stepping in like that, those are the kinds of things that are going to have to be done at times to keep that clean sheet.
Bold FC certainly with some sizable guys. As Javier Baez elects to play it out, and now back in and overplayed, and it'll be a throw in for Locomotive. And, looking to get it into the mixer for Reese, to no avail.
Yeah, Locomotive has Andrew Fox starting in the center back position for Yuma tonight. So there are going to be fresh legs at the center back to give El Paso hopefully the shutout. But, you know, when you change in a player like Yuma for a very capable other defender, there still is sometimes a little bit of just adjustment in the back line, in communication. So we're looking at Locomotive sort that out early.
Aaron Gomez taken down from behind. Gomez threatening the restart quickly, but a good foul by Stefano Pino. And as they hit, we are in the 8th minute. But after this, there will be 1 minute of silence to honor a very special Locomotive fan. We'll talk about that as we get there. You hear 8th Notch still making the cheers, and Aaron Gomez receiving that. We want to remember our friend Ramiro Souza, known to many as Rico. You may not have seen Rico when he came. You may not have known Rico, but you certainly saw him. He was also known as Bluebeard. And you will see a lot of the 8th Notch members with those cut-out blue beards tonight in honor of Rico. Was an original member of 8th Notch. He passed away this last week. Always wearing that blue beard and wig, cheering passionately for Locomotive with his wife Lorenza and their 2 children. A supporter from day one, never missed a match. One of the earliest people to show up for the very first home match in March of 2019 with his wife Lorenza. I want to wish them all the best, our deepest condolences. And there you see the moment of silence from 8th Notch. As they hold up the banners for their late friend. Pretty cool feeling, as you also will notice. I know the Locomotive players are wearing their dark blue jerseys tonight. Dark blue kits. They're all wearing black armbands in honor of Rico. Out of the back. Solignac trying to turn, and that's deflected up and over. It will be a Chick-fil-A corner kick. Good intervention again by Gustavo Risi.
As you mentioned, it's really, Locomotive is really truly like a family oriented. He will be dearly missed.
As Locomotive and Eighth Notch pick up the cheers, entering the 10th minute, it'll be Nick Ross to take this Chick-fil-A corner to the far post. He goes, and good work by Andrew Fox. That was just a little too tall for the Englishman. And there you see Eder Borelli on his left arm, the black armband. Kind of hard to pick up with those dark blue jerseys this evening, but all Locomotive players wearing those in honor of Rico. And as we hit nightfall, I think around the 80th or 88th minute, we're not quite sure, you will see another honorarium for our late friend Rico.
Yeah, the Locomotive really has such a family-oriented, it's just a community that brings everybody together. And even joining the broadcast team this year, I mean, I've experienced that in this short period of time, being really welcome and being really a part of everything. And he's been a part of everything since they started. It's a really special organization to be a part of.
Well, I'm sure you noticed him right away. I mean, he's hard to miss in that bright blue wig and blue beard. So we'll certainly miss that. And his fellow Eighth Notch members taking up the mantle, all wearing blue beards this evening. And there is Yuma. Back in his traditional number 6 role, team captain for Locomotive FC. Richie Ryan getting a spell on the bench. Borelli, quick cross into the box. Austin Bold, certainly tall and athletic, able to clear away what Locomotive has put in there so far. As we take a look at the Texas Tech Health Report, and it is empty. There are no injuries to report, which is a wonderful thing.
It is, but Locomotive does have one player unavailable, which is Brian Rebellon, as he earned, for the second time this season, he received a red card in the last match. So he is unavailable for the match today.
Here's Matt Boehner. Well cleared by Locomotive FC. It'll bounce to Chaparrera. Chapa. Sela. Yuma. Mishak. Borelli. Locomotive will switch it side to side. Working their way up slowly. Mishak Jerome. Haitian international. Nice chip over the top. Looking for Boehner. Teed up, but teed over the bar. Chaparrera right there.
That was a good little find for Locomotive to get it into Boehner, and then that nice little touch back. And we're gonna start back at this, but get those balls on target.
On frame, right?
Exactly.
That's been your mantra all year. They've been doing a better job of it, but
that was just a warm-up. Now it's going to be the next one.
Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. There's a foul as Yuma's laid flat by Stefano Pino. Pino 6 foot, 170 pounds. Yuma, 35 years old, and holding the back as we see Mark Lowry, the architect. As I was saying, Select the leader in soccer ball quality innovation, the official ball supplier of the championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the best and latest select products and special offers, visit selectsportamerica.com.
And Austin is definitely sitting back and trying to get the Locomotive to come to them. Just trying to block all the different passing lanes.
Certainly with all the height and size advantage in this matchup, why not? Chapa trying to find Lucho to no avail. Reset to Fox. Borelli. Locomotive goes again. Borelli. Popped up. Yuma's going to get a piece of that. And a piece of Colin Fernandez in the process.
And I like how Yuma challenged that ball, and that is a great thing to see with him pushed up a little bit higher, being able to challenge on those, not being the last defender, being able to take that step in and challenge those air balls.
Borelli, good thought. Just a little off target, looking for Ross. Nick Ross, the veteran Scotsman. You might call him wily. 29 years old, has a goal and an assist this season for Locomotive FC. But a man who will show up out of nothing. All of a sudden you look around and say, where did number 8 come from?
Yeah, he does a lot of the things that have to be done but don't always get appreciated or recognized. So he's kind of quietly does all the things you need.
Boehner off target on that pass. Yuma does well to keep it off the foot of Gordon. Good switch by Chapa. And then Borelli. Herrera. Out to Ross. Ross slices it in, and that's deflected out for a corner kick that almost surprised everybody, including Gustavo Risi and Elliot Panico.
Yeah, that was a nice idea by Ross. Let's see. Just tries to touch it in, and if Lucho had been on the same page, could have been another chance on goal, but it just kind of surprised everybody.
Well, it will result in the Chick-fil-A corner. Panico, easy grab for him in the end, and the quick restart. Trying that Route 1 soccer, and only gives it to his opposite number, Logan Ketterer, who led the league, led the championship in clean sheets last season. Finally was able to earn his third.
Exactly. Oh.
On Wednesday's win. To match Adrian Zendeja served from earlier this season.
And Austin here, their goalkeeper just played it out finally to the feet of one of their players rather than punting it long. They had been sending it long, and now let's see what they might try and do with it at their feet.
Well, the fortress within the fortress, Austin Bold, with all those big bodies. You're in a place where Locomotive has not dropped a match, had a loss in 17 since July of 2020. That in and of itself is pretty impressive. Bold certainly capable of changing that in a hurry, but as you say, Heidi, definitely looking to pick their spot on the counter. Bold slicing that one up. Pino trying to get it down. Mishak able to push that back up the pitch. Bounces again to the Haitian. Velazquez picking out. And then Borelli. Ross. Lucho. Ross, nice run up the middle. The shot parried away. Chapa Herrera fired it right at Panico. Again they go. Solignac. Gets away from him as he's taken down and cleared away and out of trouble. by Kofi Sarkodie.
And that was nice to see someone on the end of his sneaky little pass there this time. The Locomotive are kind of adding a little wrinkle that you haven't seen too much.
That was the Nick Ross play. Usually those are played to Nick Ross, which I guess means he knows how to play them to somebody else. Borelli has that one deflect off Sarkodie. Does well to kick it overhead and clear it out. But straight to Ross it goes. Ross sees some space in the middle. Mishak. Velazquez. Aaron Gomez fires up and over. So we take a look at that pass again. Nick Ross looking for Chaparrera out of the midfield. Thumbs up from the young El Pasoan. And it was almost more than that just a couple of minutes ago, Heidi.
Yeah. It was a nice turn and a shot forcing their goalkeeper to have to make a save, or else Locomotive could be up. Locomotive are definitely getting chances, even with Austin Bold playing so far back, kind of bunkering in.
It has been well done for the Locomotive offense, which, as you might imagine, is controlling much of the possession tonight. Bold certainly content to let that happen. Good turn by Fernandez. Puts it into the middle and having a go straight to Logan Ketterer is the big man, Omar Sis. That black armband for Rico, a little more evidence on the bright orange worn by the keeper tonight, but certainly with condolences in their hearts for the Eighth Notch family and specifically for Rico's family. Borelli. Ross. Well done into the middle. Good dummy by Velazquez. Returns from Lucho. Here is Velazquez turning and firing and losing his footing as Aaron Gomez. Looking up top for Borelli, who'd pinched in.
And Gomez's feet just came out a little bit out from under him, and there was not a Locomotive defender there to beat the keeper on the end of that pass. But basically, Austin had put a little bit more pressure on the back line of the Locomotive, and the Locomotive took advantage of that, immediately getting passes central to kind of try to break their defense.
Out of the middle again to Sulignac, turned aside, Panico on the bounce, Chaparrera into the waiting arms of the keeper. The Locomotive have shown those flashes tonight, but Panico as good at as his billing this evening so far.
Absolutely. But Locomotive, they're doing a great job as far as when a lot of teams bunker down, you tend to go over the top or just try to play long, but they're still finding ways to get the ball into the middle and back outside and back into the middle. Just kind of unsettling.
Borelli. They're going to call a foul on Aaron Gomez. As falling to the surface is Sis. Great ball from Velazquez. Seba to Lucho. Chapa trying to get a little more altitude. I think he wanted to chip it a little higher, but you got to get it pretty high with a dude who's 6'5".
Yeah, and the keeper played the angles perfectly to cut off the chances, both for Lucho and for Chapa.
So what do you do if you're a team that's trying to beat another side that is pretty obviously parking the bus, at least here in the early going? I mean, how is it that Locomotive are able to find those spaces to play those passes up the middle?
Locomotive is not afraid to possess the ball. They are strong at that. They're all strong with the ball at their feet, and they are shifting just enough and finding the spaces and aren't afraid to thread the needle into those small spaces. And then they know where their next pass is. They know whether they can turn, where the pressure is. So they already know 2 or 3 steps what their options are before they ever get the ball.
Well, and you would figure Sebastian Velazquez is the guy to make some of those passes. But for Locomotive, I think so far this evening, I think Chaparrera's done a good job passing, and so has Nick Ross. And just out of the midfield, it has been a really solid effort for Locomotive passers. Obviously, Borelli's going to get his from the left wing. You know that's coming. But the passes from guys maybe not the most likely to thread those needles.
Right.
Outside of maybe Nick Ross.
Right. And
that's been evident.
And it's got to be giving, I think, the midfielders a little different ability to find options, having Yuma pushed up a little bit and playing the role that he does, because he, he's so smart there. I mean, this is getting to see him play in that position, and he just helps connect from the back. He connects, and now he's connecting from, one line ahead of the back line, which is really supportive of the midfielders, because if they do get in a bind, they have an outlet. So let's attack and take a chance, and if we get the attacking option, great. If we don't, we can go back to him also.
The 35-year-old Spaniard, a key element, playing in his more traditional number 6 role. Borelli falling away, does well to get it to Ross, but the chip easily picked up by Panico, who is over the byline. And another Chick-fil-A corner kick coming up. Grabbed it, although Locomotive was the last to play, but over the line. Here's Velazquez, far post, nobody in blue on the other side.
And Locomotive has to be a little bit more disciplined with balls like that to be on the same page. Have somebody on the end of that, or have that pass be more to a target, because that's just an opportunity that was a little bit wasted.
August is USL Supporters Month. We want to hear from you, so visit uslchampionship.com/supporters-month. So uslchampionship.com/supporters-month for more information on how you can get involved and have a chance to be featured as the USL Supporter of the Week. Saw a young man from Brazil who's become enamored of USL Championship soccer. A Supporter of the Week from South America, and that's wonderful to see. So is this interplay. Velazquez. Seba trying to get that return ball from Boehner, but it's cut out, and well done. Another Chick-fil-A corner, but Nick Hines does well to get in front of that.
Yeah, that was a nice run up the flank by Boehner, trying to just turn the corner to get that ball in front, but Locomotive will take a corner kick.
And it'll be the Scotsman Nick Ross from the other side as well. Boehner, the big man out of Westchester, Ohio. Into the middle, over Fox, and a foul in the box for Mr. Fox. The fantastic Mr. Fox. It is wonderful to see Andrew back on the pitch for Locomotive FC, basically spending almost the first half of the season on the injured list with that lower leg extremity injury, but steadily rehabbing, and certainly a man Mark Lowry wants to have on his roster and in the lineup and on the pitch when he can.
It is good to see him in the back, but he makes a nice target player that the Locomotive should be able to go to in the air as well.
Hines gives up the throw. Yuma. Jerome has to chase it down a bit. Easily squared to Ketterer. Misses on that pass to Borelli, and a throw in for Austin FC. Austin Gold. Javier Baez.
So the run of play, I think we'd all agree, has definitely been in favor of the Locomotive, but they really need to stay focused right now and not have a hiccup where outside of the run of play it goes in favor of the other team. We just saw Ketterer have a miss kick, so Locomotive need to kind of sort this back out.
A little give and go in the box. Well done, Yuma. Combining with Chaparrera to get it off the foot of Colin Fernandez, and on the counter, here's Velazquez. Lucho Solignac playing a bit of right wing.
Nice quick transition by Velazquez. And then Lucho knowing to...
Borelli, far post. Tapped out. Fox has it bounce his way. Yuma. Mishak setting it up. He'll have it go and over the bar. I don't think that's anywhere near where the Haitian wanted it to be.
No.
He can bring the thunder, and Yuma, I think, is a little upset at him.
I want to see that thing rifle into the back of the net, or force the goalkeeper to make one of those, some kind of outstretched touch.
Tip it over the bar, last second saves, yeah.
But he can drive that ball, and it's an impressive strike that he can make on those balls.
Locomotive. Ready to come back at it again as we are midway through the 30th minute here in El Paso, Texas tonight. Locomotive looking to wind up this homestand with 3 more points, having won 6 in their previous 2 matches here. 6 points that would be. Here's Ross, the switch. Mishak. Played into space for Boehner. Boehner going to loose across the far post. Herrera back into the middle. Yuma trying to come around first times, but it misses. Yuma and Fox run it down. Yuma will be called for the foul. Ross. And that is our hydration break. The foul will give Austin Bold the restart as we take a moment to hydrate here in minute 31. And that allows us to give you our Southwest University player profile during this Hydro Flask hydration break. As we go to the bench to take a look at our player profile, that would be Diego Luna. Mark Lowry likes what he sees so far, and he certainly liked what he's seen from the 17-year-old. Scored his first pro goal versus Austin. 5 goals so far, second only to Lucho Solignac. 15 appearances, 9 starts. As we take a look at what he did last Wednesday night to earn the 99th goal in team history, Heidi.
Yeah, he is a smart player, very composed, knows how to just take advantage of whatever opportunity is given to him to either help a team make a goal or finish like he did just there. Nice and composure. There's not many other 17-year-olds that we could see have performances like he has had and start to contribute with the Locomotive.
Having a conversation with Locomotive backup keeper Ben Bury. They're along with Jose Aguinaga. There's goals number 199 moving left to right on the Locomotive bench. And Bury, in his action, his 1 match so far this season for Locomotive FC, did get a clean sheet. Mark Lowry, good team talk for hydration break. I think Lowry actually loves hydration breaks because as soccer coaches, you don't get the opportunity really to sit down with your team when you put them on the pitch. We've talked about this before, Heidi. There are no timeouts. You get a goal scored on you, it's up to you to be mentally and emotionally prepared to deal with the consequences of it when you walk back out and restart play, because no coach him up, no opportunities like that unless you get something like a Hydro Flask hydration break where you can talk to your team.
Right. Yeah. Soccer. I mean, as coaches, you need to get them to learn what you want them to do and buy in at practices, because the game, it's a player's game. They get to make the decisions immediately on the field. There's not timeouts. There's not plays getting drawn up. So I mean, that's I think that's something a lot of players like, and coaches have to be really good at teaching their players what they want to do. And it's nice to be able to tweak it, but you're not going to reinvent it during the game.
Certainly not. That's what the week of practice is for. The USL and ESPN returning to ESPN Deportes when the 2 playoff hopefuls meeting for the first time. Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC invade the birthplace of rock and roll, taking on Memphis 901 FC. That's Tuesday, August 10th, 6 p.m. on ESPN Deportes.
And I don't know what Coach Lowry did talk to them about at that break, but something that I think he is definitely going to want to encourage them is to keep doing what they're doing. But like I had said, they haven't put it in the back of the net. They've created chances. The run of play has been for Locomotive. You know, do not get frustrated. Know that it's going to come, and don't let down and let the other team steal one against the run of play.
Certainly, they've had some opportunities with shots on goal, but I don't think, and I think to your point, they haven't really challenged Panico in goal tonight so far.
No, and I think, like, we got to see Jose Aguinaldo's goal a couple days ago. I mean, he committed in the box and got on the end of that cross. And that, we haven't seen that same timing, connection, commitment yet tonight. The idea of it, but it hasn't been executed.
Borelli far post, an easy grab for Panico in the end.
I mean, that is the kind of thing. It needs to be Locomotive player to Locomotive player, not to a space, and then the keeper can beat you or the opponent.
To that end, I think the other part that's of that particular goal was Lucho Solignac's play in the byline just to keep it in play and flick it back across him for Aguinaga to head into the back of the net.
Yes,
just an incredible effort.
Incredible effort, incredible skill, just understanding of where to be able to put it and be able to have a teammate be able to get to it. But, you know, Coach Lowry's they've said that he talked about how, you know, you need to attack in the box. And this game, even though they want to keep possession and there's principles that he wants, this game is about scoring goals and keeping the other team from scoring goals. So that this game isn't just keeping possession, it's getting the ball on the back of the net.
Panico pressured by Solignac. Lucho forces the keeper to send that one out of play. Seba. Yuma. Played it to a space, and looks like we've got a foul. .61 crosses from Eder Borelli. It looks like what was almost about to get that one from Nick Ross. Certainly the service from Borelli has been spot on this season. Leads the team by a wide margin. The next one's Maka King with 27 crosses. And here is Borelli, does well to keep a hold of that. Locomotive wants the foul. The fans want a foul. They won't get one. And well done on the counter. Here comes Bold. Ready to challenge, slashing it in. Driving, shot deflected by Nishak and over the back line. Not quite, still in play. Fox hooks it out to keep it off the able feet of Dwayne Gordon. My goodness, what a challenging run. Gordon, the Jamaican, coming from Oklahoma City Energy.
Yeah, Austin pushing the speed of the transition and pushing it, forcing Locomotive to get back and scramble. He created a very dangerous opportunity that Locomotive is fortunate to break apart.
Ross keeping that off the body. It kind of bounced his way, didn't it? And was able to get that out of trouble.
It did, but he knew not to, to keep going until that ball is dead, whether it be out of bounds or cleared out. Because then they're not giving up a corner.
Velazquez now hooked out by Bold. And the offside flag is up. Locomotive with a restart. Ahead of the line was Stefano Pino. The Brazilian. Coming to Austin from Zhenjiang Tianjin Leopard FC in China. Minnesota United FC from the NASL days before their move to Major League Soccer. And that is a foul on Austin. Taken down is Lucho. Free kick coming for Locomotive. Bold with some words from Michael Radchuk, our referee tonight, but an interesting restart coming for the hosts. And it will be Nick Ross to do the honors. Chipped in, headed out before they could find Andrew Fox. Gustavo Ricci's heading there again. Ketterer way off his line. No opportunity for Gordon here. Eighth notch trying to get things started as we edge to the 41st. At least 2 minutes of eco living stoppage time after the hydration break. But not a lot else to stop this match. Ishak. Velazquez into the middle. Lucho back to the Colombian playmaker. Sebastian Velazquez. Seba. Ross and Yuma.
That's a lot of players in that area.
Daner, cross, headed out, but not out of trouble completely. Ricci's going to get that. Kept in play, though, by Bold. Gordon does well to get that pass up. And a foul earned by Bold. Yuma doing human things. Juan Pablo Torres taken down in the middle of the field. What are your thoughts about the match so far as we enter the 42nd minute?
Well, to start, there hasn't been that many fouls compared to the last few matches that the Locomotive have been a part of at all. There's not nearly that same heightened level of tit for tat with fouls and physical play. I mean, still definitely a physical game, but not at the level of what it had been. The Locomotive have really had a nice run of play and possession and opportunity. It's just they're just not getting it into the back of the net. So I know I've already said this, but that's where the opponent is not looking to really possess it and attack. They're just trying to steal. Looks like they're just going to live and die on stealing a goal outside of bunkering in the back.
Borelli. That's put over the byline. It'll be another corner kick. Last to touch it is Hines. Chick-fil-A corner. Happy to concede corners.
Mm-hmm. They're just going to have bodies in the back getting in the way.
And they are some large bodies, and I think that might be part of the philosophy. The other part is I don't think Locomotive is necessarily challenged on set pieces tonight.
No, they have not.
Here is Ross. Ross to the far post. Headed up and over the bar. Another foul in the box. This one on Lucho Soligna.
Yeah, but now the Locomotive at least got on the end of the service. And that is what they're going to have to do with this many players in the box, this many people in the way. They're going to have a quality finish on the other end of the service. Or what they haven't had in the last few minutes is what they were doing also earlier in the match, where they were being able to thread the ball centrally to try to get chances in dangerous center positions.
Oh my, great work by Solignac. Trying to come down on that is Aaron Gomez. Gomez still, it's a chip by Chapa and covered by Panico. Chapa trying to get altitude the last two times he's had shots, but Elliot Panico, a mad scramble, able to come up with that.
Nico, a thorn in their side tonight for sure.
Great anticipation by Lucho.
Absolutely. He helped create that opportunity to start it all off.
Opportunistic, another guy who kind of surprises, a bit like Nick Ross. All of a sudden, he's where you don't think he's going to be. Oh, my. That was a little iffy. Mishak Jerome and Logan Ketterer. Mishak not knowing that Ketterer was right behind him. That could have gone over his head and been disastrous for Locomotive. Ketterer with those safe hands, though, is all ball, says the referee out on that wing. Locomotive bench disagrees. Chaperera disagrees when we play on.
And Austin Bold's not biting. I mean, if they knock around in the back, Locomotive knocks around in the back, they're not getting themselves stretched out.
Good work by Boehner. Service into the area over the head of Velazquez. Yuma tried to get there to challenge, but that leaves some space for Bold to counterattack. Once again, Gordon. Gordon missed on that pass, trying to find Juan Pablo Torres on the far side. Mishak says thank you very much.
And Boehner, he was tracking back. That was a huge needed run to get back, and Mishak was right there in the space, hoping to cut off if he tried to get that ball to the runner.
3 minutes of equal living stoppage time, and we are in it. Here in this first half of play, dominated by Locomotive FC. 2/3 of the possession and maybe more by this point. Here's Mishak. Misdelivered that one, chested down by Gordon, and almost a miscommunication with his keeper. And Gordon is hurt after a run-in with Elliot Panico. He is not comfortable. The Jamaican international. 2 assists this season. Panico, oh my, that is painful. Panico came sliding in and took out Gordon where he stands on his ankle. It's a Texas Tech nod to the dock as Ali Fury, the Bold athletic trainer, comes on to take a look as Marcelo Serrano does some teaching.
Fortunate collision.
Panico just trying to keep it in play and not let it go out for another Chick-fil-A corner. Does so, but at the expense of his teammate. Gordon, though, none the worse for wear. Will have to come off the pitch at least for a touch. Go back to the center stripe. No, they are letting him stay on.
And Panico played it that way because his body can be outside of the white line, but the ball cannot go over the line. So, he had to do that to keep his momentum from pulling the ball out with his body. So he did a good job of preventing that, but, the consequence was knocking into his own teammate's ankle.
And that is why he's on the pitch as well. Aron Gomez. Aron getting tied up with Nick Hines. Hines forces the throw. Service sliced away. Doesn't bounce to an El Paso player. And here is Gordon. Turned over. Ross. Lucho. Lucho from the byline. Chipped one in. Tipped in. Panico on the spot. Aron Gomez can't believe he didn't score. Oh, Panico, right place, right time, so many times throughout this first half.
He just snatched that from him.
I think after the goal Colorado Springs scored on him, and that last match where they just tucked it inside,
yep,
he was ready for what it was going to come.
He was much more alert on getting beat on that near post. But it still was a little tricky grab. That's when we would joke with our keepers. You're glad for those gloves. They got suction.
John Bucci-Gross from ESPN would refer to them the hamburger helper gloves. A little extra time because of Dwayne Gordon's injury, but that is the end of our first half. Scoreless at the break. Locomotive FC 0, Austin Bold 0. Stick around. Heidi and I will be back with highlights, stats, and plenty more here from Southwest University Park in El Paso, Texas.
On your mark, get set, go! The Casa Ford games are here, and Casa Ford is running laps around the competition.
We are 20-time champions of the Ford President's Award, and we're putting you on the winner's podium with great savings on everything.
Get 1.9% financing on a new 2021 Ford F-150.
And your trade-in goes further with maximum value for your old ride.
Race on over to El Paso's #1 Ford dealer.
Casa Ford, home of the nice guys. Yeah!
Every day, strong women are making a positive difference in El Paso because they get screened for breast cancer each year. Desert Imaging provides the gold standard in early detection, 3D mammography. When you're ready for your annual exam, choose Desert Imaging because the sooner you know, the better.
Locomotive FC offers a wide variety of exclusive experiences, including private party spaces, individual suites, and hospitality areas. Give us a call at 915-235-GOAL for more information and to book your next event.
During these uncertain times, planning ahead has never been more important, which is why no one should be without this important document, a will. A will is a legal document that ensures your loved ones understand your final wishes clearly and precisely. At Zant Law Firm, we'll help you start making an estate plan today so that when the unexpected happens, your intentions are met and your family is protected. And as always, you can visit our office or we can bring our mobile office to you. And contactless transactions are also available because your final wishes deserve to be carried out. Call Zant Law Firm today.
Southwest Chiropractic, serving El Paso area and relieving pain for more than 20 years. Not only do we treat auto, sports, and work-related injuries, but we also treat scoliosis, sciatica, back pain, disc injuries, chronic pain treatment, and we even manage stress. At Southwest Chiropractic, our patients are seen the same day. We provide gentle and effective care, and we accept most insurances. Schedule your appointment today and let us relieve your pain. With 3 convenient locations in El Paso, Southwest Chiropractic. Your health is our well-being. Call us today, 915-581-9619.
Welcome to the GECU Halftime Show. Manage your accounts 24/7 with GECU Online Banking, the GECU mobile app, and GECU ATMs. Learn more at gecu.com.
Welcome back to Southwest University Park, and thank you for joining us on the GECU Halftime Show. I'm Heidi Mocha. At halftime, your score is El Paso 0, Austin 0. When Mark Lowry signed on as head coach and technical director, he said that he wanted to win and entertain the fans. So far, he's done both of those. And while the end goal is winning a championship, the journey to get there has been fun to watch. Lowry has put together a group that is fully bought in, and now you're seeing the results every time Locomotive steps onto the pitch.
You're an El Paso Locomotive player. That's the mentality. When it's your turn, you step up the plate and work as hard as you can.
If you look at our squad, you see that everybody has contributed in minutes to all the wins, to all the points that we have.
Looking for Solignac, hooks that one back in, and it's headed for the second goal. My goodness gracious.
Like all the teams where they have 11, 12, 13 players. We have a coach that trusts all of us.
The guys are doing great. The squad is helping. The rotation, Nick, Lucho, Diego, Jose, Adair. So we have a squad now where we can put fresh players on the field and not sacrifice the quality and the performances that go down. That's helping us.
Everybody is feeling it, So when you go in and everybody's supporting each other, and that's important, and that's also why everybody's stepping in and having an impact on the team, because everybody feels part of something bigger.
We're on the way to something special. We're not there yet. We're on the way, and I want to stay focused on the journey and being on the process. And we're not a complete team. There's still room for growth. There's still room for improvement, and we stick to that. Stay focused on that. Then each day will take care of itself.
El Paso has pulled away in the standings with a comfortable 6-point lead coming into tonight. Lowry and the players have expressed confidence in the group, and they are certainly playing like a team that is poised for a good playoff run. The score at halftime, El Paso 0, Austin 0. We'll be back.
Hey everybody, Scott Stewart here from USL, proud to be joined by Puma's John Miller here for an interview. What initially attracted you to the league, and what are your thoughts on the partnership so far?
For us, the mutual experience of offering access to the sport, to numerous marketplaces across North America is really what grew us. And then, of course, the great team at the USL has been tremendous to work with from the get-go.
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
Welcome back to Southwest University Park as the honorariums continue to Rico out of 8th notch. 0-0 here at the half in El Paso, Locomotive FC and Austin Bold FC. As we take a look at scores from around the rest of the league, and there you see FC Tulsa and Indy 11 0-0. Phoenix Rising over Oakland Roots. That is 1-0 on the road at Roots. The Rio Grande Valley Toros FC really handling their business. This is earlier in the week. 3-0 over Real Monarchs. A big one tomorrow for Rio Grande Valley as they take on San Antonio. Actually, big one for both of those matches, or both of those teams in the Valley. And Tacoma Defiance, Sacramento Republic playing to a 1-1 draw. Taking a look at the standings here in the USL Championship Mountain Division. Locomotive FC pacing the division by 6 over Rio Grande Valley. 34 points. Locomotive looking for its 11th win. That would vault them to 37 points pending the outcome of that San Antonio RGV game tomorrow. Bold FC, by virtue of that big win over Switchbacks, with 23 points for 3rd place in New Mexico United, still in playoff position, but this is a team that hasn't played in a while. They haven't scored in a while. 22 points. That's Locomotive's opponent next weekend in Albuquerque to wrap up those 4 matches they play against each other this season in the Mountain Division. And those are the playoff positioning teams right there as we take a look at news around the rest of the United Soccer League Championship. Lucho Solignac, Lucho earning Player of the Week honors, scoring 3 goals in 2 matches for his efforts. Team of the Week, Player of the Week for the championship. And 10 USL matches to circle in August. Read up on the must-see matches at USLChampionship.com. There are some big ones as we head to the second half of the season. And don't forget about Supporters Month. August is USL Supporters Month. We want to hear from you. Visit USLChampionship.com/supporters-month for information on how you can get involved and have a chance to be featured as the Supporter of the Week. Heidi Mochi and I will come back as we continue with the GECU halftime show. Locomotive FC 0, Austin Bold FC 0. Back in a moment.
Nitro Circus is back for 2021 with the action-packed You Got This tour coming to El Paso Saturday, October 23rd. Top athletes in FMX, skate, BMX, scooter, and more. Are you ready to get this party started? Pouring down huge world's firsts off the biggest ramps in action sports with more crazy contraptions, more insane stunts, more high adrenaline fun than ever before. El Paso, get ready to put your hands in the air. We're coming to Southwest University Park this October 23rd. Get your tickets now at nitrocircus.com.
The Casa Games are here, and Casa Nissan is kicking things off with game-changing savings on every new Nissan.
Our goal is your complete satisfaction every time.
We make it easy to score a great deal on your next Nissan. Get a 2021 Murano with 0% APR financing for 60 months and $3,000 off MSRP. And we'll pay more for your car. We make you the MVP with more trade-in value.
Get in the game and save at Casa Nissan.
Home of the nice guys.
Yeah!
Hi, I'm Thomas Taylor, owner of Monarch Building Services. We've been cleaning for over 35 years. Monarch provides cleaning and disinfecting services for your commercial and residential business. We clean El Paso. Now more than ever, that's our pledge to you.
Locomotive FC offers a wide variety of exclusive experiences, including private party spaces, individual suites, and hospitality areas. Give us a call at 915-235-GOAL for more information and to book your next event.
Welcome back to Southwest University Park.
Our
mark, score in half,
set,
0-0.
Go!
Locomotive FC and Bold FC. Duke Keith along with Heidi Mocha as we take a quick look at our first half statistics. Bring those up. Our first half match stats brought to you by GECU. No goals, 10 total shots for Locomotive FC, 3 of those on target as opposed to 2 for Austin Bold. Blocked shots, 1 apiece. Look at the passing accuracy. Look at the possession. About what you'd expect from watching that first half, Heidi.
Absolutely. I mean, that the stats are telling the story of what we've watched. The thing that we need to see change for Locomotive to have a different result is 3 shots on target, 10 total shots. They've created chances. They need to get them in the back of the net, and you got to give credit Austin goalkeeper, though he has come up big, kind of snatching the opportunities away.
Elliot Panico is the man of the moment, certainly.
Let's take a look at our employee highlight. Before we start the second half, we want to recognize our Hospitals of Providence employee highlight. Tonight we feature Marlene Romero. Marlene is a dedicated PBX operator who makes it her goal to provide the best customer service to every patient and family member. She goes out of her way to ensure she answers every caller's questions and inquiries. Thank you, Marlene, for the difference you make in our community, and thank you to all healthcare workers.
We are 0-0 at the break. Locomotive FC and Austin Bold FC. First half highlights when we come back right here from El Paso, Texas.
On your mark, get set, go! The Casa Ford games are here, and Casa Ford is running laps around the competition.
We are 20-time champions of the Ford President's Award, and we're putting you on the winner's podium with great savings on everything.
Get 1.9% financing on a new 2021 Ford F-150.
And your trade-in goes further with maximum value for your old ride.
Race on over to El Paso's #1 Ford dealer.
Casa Ford, home of the nice guys. Yeah!
Thank you for watching the GECU Halftime Show. Manage your accounts 24/7 with GECU Online Banking, the GECU mobile app, and GECU ATMs. Learn more at gecu.com.
Locomotive FC has gone Adidas. Brand new official Locomotive gear in the 3 stripes is available, including the 2021 jerseys and new styles for men, women, and children. With unique colors and styles, there's something for everyone. Shop online at locomotiveteamshop.com or visit our team shop located at the stadium.
Because your home is your castle, you shouldn't let just anyone paint it. That's why El Paso Paint Kings follows a 7-step program to protect and beautify your home. By carefully inspecting it from the foundation to the roof, we'll know exactly what needs to be done. And right now, take advantage of our spring special, starting as low as $29.99. You'll appreciate how we pay attention to all the details, and we use only the highest quality of paint and materials, and we always make sure we leave the job site clean. When experience matters, call El Paso Paint Kings, where we treat your home like our home. Call now.
Locomotive FC offers a wide variety of exclusive experiences, including private party spaces, individual suites, and hospitality areas. Give us a call at 915-235-GOAL for more information and to book your next event.
For 25 years, Heine's Sports Bar has offered great entertainment, excellent food, and refreshing cold beverages. Watch your favorite game on our large screens or personal TVs at every booth. Our extensive menu of American, Mexican, seafood, and drinks will keep you and your family's appetites satisfied, and our everyday lunch specials are only $6.25, and our dinner specials are only $9.99. Ask about our free birthday burger and free t-shirt. It's been a tough year, but we made it, and we plan to be here another 25 years. Take a load off, relax, have fun, and enjoy the atmosphere at Heine's, 8220 Gateway East at the Lomaland exit.
Welcome back to Southwest University Park. Duke Keith, Heidi Mocha, 0-0 at the half. Our GECU halftime show rolls on on this Saturday evening. So we take a look at the first half highlights, and in the very, very first of it, it was Stefano Pino, a little misstep, and Logan Ketterer able to parry that one out. Nick Ross trying to thread a needle, does it again, and on target this time, but Chapa putting it right to Penico. Shot from distance from Pino, followed by this effort, Aron Gomez slipping. Penico's been the man of the hour for Austin Bold, hasn't he, Heidi?
He absolutely has.
Beautiful, beautiful pass from Seva Velazquez to Lucho Solignac. But again, Penico right there on it as we're ready to start our second half.
Yeah, the Locomotive have created those chances, but the Austin Bold goalkeeper has come up big and just, I think, frustrating the Locomotive offense.
I will say, most of them have been kind of right at him, or certainly in his wheelhouse. That last little nod by Aron Gomez. Aron, you could tell, really thought he was going to get that one by. I think that was the one, if there was going to be one. And Penico has seen them all and seen them out. Good cutback here by Gordon. Wayne Gordon. Locomotive clears, but only to Garcia. They'll cross the field here. Chested down. Torres, Juan Pablo Torres. Has 2 goals and an assist this season. Looking into the middle for him. Knotted out. Little slip. Solignac. Falling down was Gustavo Risi, but no avenue for Solignac to get in on that. Here's Seva Velazquez to the byline and held up a bit by Risi, but not enough to send the man over.
And Austin Bold starting this half with a quick tempo, getting forward and putting the Locomotive under pressure right from the start. But I like now that the ball, the Locomotive get the ball finally cleared and do get at least down into Austin's end to try to settle things down and get their attack back on target.
Gustavo Risi, 23 years old, the Brazilian, on loan from Cruzeiro, a team we've actually seen here in El Paso. They played an exhibition a few years back versus Chivas de Guadalajara, back when they were the thing in Brazilian soccer. Started his playing career in Fluminense, a name you've probably heard before. Listened or watched soccer, especially in the Western Hemisphere. One of the giants of the Brazilian game. Here is Fox. Locomotive patient. Certainly Austin. Playing in 2 decks of 4 with a couple of rovers out up front. Not about to let him through. Look, that is so tight. Lots of white jerseys. One guy out.
Yeah.
And here is Fox. Fox, Solignac making a run. Fox decides to have a go. Penico. In front of that, it was comfortable enough, but I think Fox surprised the keeper a bit.
Yeah, I think a little bit. It's at least if the keeper did not get to it, it was a ball that would have been on target. If they can get a dropped ball, that's still a shot that is something that as a coach you would be okay with because it's on frame and not wide or high.
The Englishman
and
with Locomotives.
The defender for Austin almost moved in a position that it could have even shielded the keeper, so he might not have as good a look at it. So
good work here by Chapa. Lucho. Ross. Borelli. Took him a while to break into the Locomotive starting lineup. Former team captain for FC Juarez Bravos, south of the border here in El Paso. But once he did, he has been certainly a stalwart. Solignac trying to knot it back into the middle. Looking for Velazquez, and Penico sends that one out in a hurry over Gordon's head. And it'll be a Locomotive throw. gives us an opportunity to tell you that if you can't watch a match, turn on Sirius XM FC, channel 157, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio with Ray Hudson, Tony Maiola, Rodney Marsh, USL All Access, Mike Watson, Devin Kerr bring it to you every Tuesday night at 5 Mountain. You can also hear live action from the USL, Major League Soccer, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC, channel 157. Lucho looking for some space. Back to Ross. Seba. Yuma. Boehner. Crosses to fire. Far post and just wide. Boehner gets it on that left foot.
He did.
Good look. Former FC Cincinnati and St. Louis man. Did get some dip, but not until it was headed well.
Yeah, nice
left.
touch, quick touch inside, and then a strike. Just not either nobody on that far post for a ball that went wide, or not on, just not enough bend on it to get it into the back of the net.
Matt Boehner, put him on the wing, put him on the back line. Can make lots of things happen. Here's Yuma, good anticipation. Fox. Boehner, the outlet valve for Ketterer.
And Austin has done a good job of not allowing the Locomotive to do kind of one of their trademark things, get around the corner on the flank. They even when the Locomotive has gotten it to the flank, they're not getting around the flank and beating them so that they're getting a ball in behind the defense.
Case in point, Gustavo Risi pushing that one into play, or pushing that one out of play. Substitutions for Austin Bold coming off the field will be Colin Fernandez here in minute 52. Also headed off the pitch will be Juan Pablo Torres. Surprise, surprise. So you're taking a couple of goals off the pitch today. Here in the 52nd minute. And coming on in replacement, Emilio Icaza. And Ates Diouf. Seva. Ross. Drawing Olays from 8th notch. But the last Olay for Austin Bold as they clear it out of trouble. Yuma in a battle for it takes down Diouf. First touches of the match and gets a warning, does the Spaniard from Michael Radchuk. Knew what was going to happen if he let him off the hook, though. Little pull here, a little tug there.
Yeah.
And draws the attention of Michael Radchuk, who says no more.
I think some other officials that we've had in the season might have already pulled the yellow for that.
We've certainly seen it, haven't we?
Mm-hmm. There's just been a lot less fouls this game, so it's not as, I think, heightened sensitivity to a professional foul.
Yuma gets a foot in there on Javier Baez. Locomotive, as Austin tries to move it out wide, forcing the turnover. Well, interesting, Marcelo Serrano taking off Juan Pablo Torres. We should point out this is Austin's third game in a week as well.
Absolutely.
And they traveled to get here.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of open room for Velazquez. He likes to work in from the wings. It's back to Ross. Fox. Fox will have a go into the box. Aron Gomez not able to get on the end of that. Nick Hines lets it roll out.
And so with Austin doing what they're doing, they're forcing the Locomotive, or the Locomotive are trying to beat that by serving the ball in still, usually from near the flanks, But what it is allowing is it's facing the defenders. The defenders are facing the service, where if you're able to get around the corner, it's serving back. It's harder for the keeper to get. It's harder for a defender to clear, and it's much easier for a striker to just redirect it. So they have done a good job of challenging what the Locomotive like to do and have been successful doing.
It's going to be a foul on Icasa. Chapa does well to get in front of that and force the foul from the second half substitute. 24 years old, out of St. Petersburg, Florida. Former Reno 1868 player. The USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ plus community. Through the Forever Proud project, USL will strive to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/forward-proud/forever-proud. Mishak. Good ball out of the back. Aron. Good turn by Solignac. Doesn't make it. Not enough steam to get to Borelli. And well seen by Sarkoti. Ross again. Locomotive. Borelli. Slow roller. Easily cleared by Fabian Garcia. Still the Locomotive circling around. But as you say, not able to steer it to get in behind. Just yet. Borelli rolls it to Velazquez. Seba Velazquez crossing, nobody in blue at the far post. Austin gives up another throw.
But a ball dropped back from near the end line is much harder to defend against for the defense, for the goalkeeper, and much easier to just redirect and put on goal for the offense.
Mishak. Played up. Good one touch, trying to turn Aron Gomez on the ball from Velazquez. Boehner, far post, too far.
For the W, starting next spring, the USL W League providing increased equity and opportunity for women looking to pursue careers in soccer both on and off the pitch, comprised of clubs from across the championship, League One, League Two, and new expansion markets. The W League is set to begin play in more than 30 communities across the United States. Head over to uslwleague.com to learn more.
I know you've said before that you played, I don't know in what iteration of the W League that was, as opposed to what it will be beginning next year. But you played on a number of different W League teams,
I did. You know, depending on, was I living in my my home state? Had I now been off to college or post-college? And fortunately, there was a lot of teams in different places. And once you're in the soccer community, you have contacts and friends all over the place.
Hey, we've got an opening here. Come on and come play. Outstanding.
Oh yeah, sometimes you called them and sometimes they called you.
Good work to earn the foul. Gustavo Ricci taking down Aron Gomez. And a good play by Mishak to clear that out.
Yes, definitely.
Solignac. Running along the wing, decides to drop it for Yuma. Chapa. Yuma. Ross. What if the Scotsman decided to go with a single name? How'd it go over? Rossi. With a Y. Nice service. Looking for Solignac. Trying to turn it around. Velazquez can't do it. Cleared out by Austin. They want a handball to the eighth notch. Might have bounced up, but certainly didn't look like anything deliberate. Aron has a go. Delivered wide. That is deflected out for a Chick-fil-A corner. But again, set piece delivery, honestly, lacking a little bit tonight for Locomotive FC.
Well, I would have liked to see where that shot was going if it hadn't gotten deflected.
Looked like a pretty good drive, didn't it? Ross in for the goal! Andrew Fox in the box! The fantastic Mr. Fox.
That is a great service and the way to get on the end of it and put it in the back of the net. He's great to have in the back, but I tell you, I took a lot of service on corners and other set pieces. When you have someone that is a nice target and can finish, that is quite a target to have.
Andrew Fox open at the 6. It's a free header. Goodness gracious, slipped in the middle. There was no one to cover him.
He was not.
Oh, mercy. How could you miss from that? Marcelo Serrano's got to be upset. That was wide open. Andrew Fox not going to make a mistake there. The free header in the 60th minute, your Hospitals of Providence goal from Andrew Fox.
And that was a uncharacteristic showing for what we've seen tonight from Austin as far as their organization in the back.
Solignac dispossesses. Velazquez chipping it in, looking but not finding a role. Austin bold and playing it back. Nick Hines. Locomotive on top here in minute 60. With the goal from Andrew Fox, we just talked about set pieces lacking a little something. Well, that had a lot of something. Good service, though. Turning and firing. That's off of Fox. They want a handball. Referee says play on. Trying to chip it up and in was Hines. Looking for a call, they won't get one. Both teams. Looking for a little handsiness in the box. Chapa, Yuma. Seba. Locomotive in the catbird seat now. Looking for win number 11, but far from done. As we enter the 63rd minute. Mishak has a go that's deflected. In front of it, Diouf. Good touch. Aron back from Velazquez to Ross. Does well to evade the pressure. Chapa. Chapa has a go. That's deflected and taking a bounce off of Icaza. As we take a look at our Hospitals of Providence goal replay, Andrew Fox nods it in. And look at that. Strokes his beard as he heads to 8th notch in honor of Rico. Nicely done by the Englishman. Double substitutions here for Austin Bold. Coming off the field, Stefano Pino and Kofi Sarkodie. As coming on will be Beto Avila and Jorge Troncoso. So Avila, who was loaned out to FC Edmonton, that didn't work out. He came back to Austin, native of Austin, Texas. And here's a corner, Chick-fil-A corner. Ross steering at far post, and a foul is going to be called on Solignac as he spills over Gustavo Racey. Both go to ground.
Well, you had to know after that last corner that Austin was for sure going to be trying not to make the same mistake and have anybody have any extra space.
Hines. Reese. into the box, and steering that one all the way over the byline is Fox, and it will be a goal kick. Andrew Fox gets a low 5 from his keeper. And there you see Andrew Fox's goal from the goal camera. How wide open can you be?
I know, but hey, let's aim for that goal camera every time. We'll take it.
Right. Well, if you're rattling the goal camera, that means you've put it in the goal, haven't you?
Heck yeah. Back corner.
Goodness gracious. Ates Diouf. Bold looking for a little more possession as they play from behind. If this result holds, it would be only their second loss on the road all season. On the bounce, Aron steers it back. Velazquez tees it up, deflected. In front of that again, Reese. On the touch and on the counter, here's Gordon. Gordon slips it in. Looking for Icasa, doesn't work, and a foul. As Yuma taken down by Beto Avila.
Yuma likes to plead his case.
Locomotive about ready to bring in a number of substitutions. We'll tell you about them as it becomes more evident. Mishak Jerome out of the back looking for the run of Chapa.
That was a kind of a nice idea. I think it just was too far up the pitch to not give Chapa enough room to be able to get to it before the keeper would be able to get to it, especially with the way their keeper has been reading the service all night.
And here come those substitutions. That's happening in minute 67. Coming off the pitch for Locomotive FC, Aron Gomez, Luis Chaparrera, Chapa off along with Eder Borelli. And coming on, Dylan Maris, Diego Luna, and Richie Ryan. And there we see our Southwest University player profile from earlier, Diego Luna, looking for his 6th goal tonight. Mark Lowry taking the opportunity for a little pep talk as the substitutions continue. And the Beards honoring Rico. Prevalent throughout 8th Notch and Section 105 this evening. Look for another tribute coming, I believe, in minute 88. Look even cooler if they could turn off the lights here at Southwest University Park, but there is a match going on, so we'll stay with the cell phone lights. I'm being informed by the Locomotive front office that the electric bill has been paid. There will be no worries about the lights disappearing here tonight. So 8th Notch will add a few. Here's Dylan Maris. First touch is well done by Nick Hines and kept in play by Gordon. A little give and go. Gordon off that left side touchline. Plays it back to Hines. Reese, who's made a number of important interventions tonight. Avila nodding it forward, looking for Gordon. They'll switch it long, and it gets away. Bounces up on Troncoso, his first touch. Gives it back to Locomotive FC. Mark Lowry, long since losing the tie. I think that was after his first black shirt was ripped by Brian Rebellon in an embrace after that big win over New Mexico United. Locomotive FC, as you can probably hear, right next to the train tracks, thus the name, in part. We're at Southwest University Park. Good effort here by Icasa. Steered just wide. 5'6" youngster, just 24 years of age.
Ketterer showed his range, and he would have had that covered if it had been on frame.
Icasa did play some ball in Europe and Sweden a couple of years back. Something you know a little something about, not Sweden, but right, Scandinavia.
I did visit Sweden. Have to if you're up there.
Well, exactly. Plus, it's it's like driving from New Mexico to Texas, just about, isn't it?
Well, I visited on a boat. Took one of those cruise ships.
Mercy. That one
You
not
got to
on
experience
target.
the culture when you're abroad as well. I'm sure these guys experience the American fun when they're over here.
Absolutely. I think soccer being the melting pot of all different kinds of cultures. You look through Locomotive's roster: Logan Ketterer from Madison, Wisconsin; Fox from Huntington, England, I should say; Mishak, Haiti; Borelli, Monterrey, Mexico, by way of Argentina; Richie Ryan, Ireland. Here's Luna's first touch. Diego. Go, Diego, go to Dylan Maris in the box. Back to Velazquez. His shot parried away again. Seva chased out of the box. Maris the same. Ross does well to win possession back, and here's Richie Ryan. Luna in from that left wing, gets wide, gets spilled, and earns the free kick.
Luna always strong on the ball.
Javier Baez does what he can to take down the youngster. But Locomotive, that is such a dangerous area, especially when you have delivery from somebody like Dylan Maris or Seva Velazquez. Diego standing well back of where it appears Dylan Maris looks to serve it, now kind of into the mixer. Anything off at an angle, the wrong touch could be disaster for Austin Bold. And elation for Eighth Notch. And it comes, whistled and in. Dylan Maris all the way to the far post. I believe it was a cross. It doesn't matter, it's a goal. Dylan Maris delivers right upper 90. Talk about top bins, my goodness.
All the attention was on who is it going to get served to, who might be the touch from, and overlooked was the actual service itself.
Maris, surprise, surprise for Elliot Panico, and it bounces right in front.
I think the keeper was anticipating there would be a touch in that scrum, and then when there wasn't, he didn't react quick enough to get it before it dipped and skipped into the back of the net.
It bounced into the right upper 90. I should point that out, certainly, but it's the third goal of the season for Dylan Maris. Your Hospitals of Providence goal from El Paso's number 10. Just 5 minutes after he came onto the pitch. And how is it when you're Locomotive FC? You can bring off the likes of Aron Gomez and bring on somebody like Dylan Maris. We'll complete that thought in a minute. Casa taken down at the edge. Play on, says the referee. Solid work in part by Maris.
And that's where, Coach Lauer really has stressed he wanted to have at least 2 players per position on the field. There would be no drop-off, and the depth of the roster has been evident tonight and in the past games when they're being forced to play have tight turnaround times, and also just wanting to try something different tactically.
Let's take a look at Dylan Maris's efforts to give Locomotive the 2-0 lead. Indeed, it bounces up and in. Let's see if it hits the target goalpost, Cam. Well, it rattled it a little bit.
But a good angle.
Indeed, the bounce fooled Panico, and he really thought somebody was going to get ahead to that.
Yeah, he was. That's, I think, why he was frozen, waiting to react to the redirect or the deflection, and then there was none. Unfortunately, it skipped into the goal for the Locomotive.
74th minute substitution for Austin. We should point out Casey Walls coming on in place of Javier Baez. Really, Baez is, we've barely called his name tonight.
Yeah.
Here's a guy with a goal and an assist in our hydration break at the end of the 75th minute. Your Hydro Flask hydration break, and certainly Mark Lowry not bringing out the whiteboard now because I think he's liking what he sees. Locomotive up 2-0. We should also point out, since the 0-0 draw with New Mexico, Locomotive has been able to score multiple goals every match away at home. And here's Dylan Maris, the delivery. How difficult a ball is that to deal with if you're a keeper, especially when you have service like that, Heidi?
Yeah, well, and that's I've been thinking this while we've been watching after that goal. Is initially Austin had been on the end of all the services, and then after that corner kick that Fox put into the back of the net, they all of a sudden had a disruption in their ability to match up with the Locomotive. So then here, everybody's focus is, be on the marks, be on the ball that the service, be on the person that the ball is going to for the service. And that, I think, really impacted the ability for Locomotive to sneak that kind of goal, because there had been that kind of disruption from Fox getting that goal a little earlier.
And it makes me wonder, as I see the replay, you saw Lucho Solignac flash the head up, trying to get a touch, obviously, but his effort almost a dummy because the ball falls in behind him, and I really thought Panico thought that he was going to get a touch to the ball, which, as you say, froze him in place and just let it bounce in.
Right. I think there was Austin players and Locomotive players that legitimately had a chance at getting touches on that ball, and it's almost like, how did it sneak by? How did no one get ahead on it from either team?
True. Luna, Diego, up for Seba. Fox, played up for Diego. Velazquez, good give and go with Diego. Puts on the skids, trying to fight his way through. The Opta stats are in. 93% for Locomotive FC in passing accuracy. That's up from 90 at halftime. For the top passing team in the league already, coming into the match, 84%. Long cross headed back by Yuma, had to be touched by Ketterer. And possession, 70% favoring El Paso Locomotive FC.
Locomotive have 8 more shots on target with 8 than Austin has total as 5 for tonight.
Well, certainly Panico's been the man up until Locomotive got that one through, and here is Maris, fresh legs and all. Ross. Locomotive will take their time to restart this attack. Ryan. Fox. Sure, Richie Ryan of those 36-year-old legs appreciated the rest. Subbing on in the 62nd minute, or rather the 67th. Great work by Diego to get wide by the pressure. Locomotive spilling into the box now. Diego's cross, looking but not finding Maris. Brought back. Painter tries the service. It's deflected out. It'll be a throw. And in the 80th minute, coming onto the field, will be Leandro Carrico to replace Lucho Solignac. Locomotive's leading scorer with 6 in the season being replaced by the man who scored more goals than anybody else in FC Juarez Bravo's history. You want to talk about a bench, Heidi?
Absolutely. And Coach Lowry, he has done quite a job of compiling this roster, and all the players know that you know, when their time comes, that he's going to put them in and they're going to perform the way that he trusts them to, and they trust each other to.
Fox. Diego. Running at the defense again. Diego service into the area. Velazquez to the byline. Seba Velazquez. Olé. Andrew Fox and Richie Ryan.
And Aguinaga, with the goal in the last game, talking about it afterwards, had talked about just the cohesion on the team, and Coach Lowry had wanted them to get the number 8s, get in the box, and the commitment, and so all you know, when they're in that role, they know what they're supposed to do, and I think that holds for really all the positions on the field. I mean, I think Lowry also talked about you know, the principles, that he gives them a lot of freedom to do stuff, but there's certain times and places they all know what they have to do, and they're all on the same page, and it shows.
Garcia. Popped over by Sis, good thought. Nobody in white. Andrew Fox gets the deflection, and it will be a goal kick. Is that one to bounce off Beto Avila?
And then something else that Coach Lowry had talked about after the last game is knowing that he really wants to kind of test his guys. He knows that he has players that are solid from 1 through 22, and everyone can contribute, but he wants to see how good are they? What can he push them to do? What can they do? Because later in the season, you know, there always a chance of injuries as you get towards playoffs. You're having to travel, and you know, let's see what they can do now, and be aware of that, and know what our options are for later. And I think they're showing tonight, you know, started with another different lineup, and then subbed in, and now have gotten on the board twice, and still owning the clean sheet.
Andrew Fox, the 9th Locomotive FC player to score a goal this season. And of course, Dylan Maris later earning his 3rd. Fox's goal to break the ice in the 60th minute. 72nd minute goal from Dylan Maris off the set piece. A pair of set piece goals, we should point out, after as much problem as we had with the set pieces in the first half. Earning the foul there, Dylan Maris taken down by Avila. Or rather, looks like by Omar Sis, who's getting a word from Michael Radchuk.
And there definitely hadn't been nearly as many fouls called for tremendous number of set pieces, but as we've already talked about, Austin has really been dropping back and not letting the Locomotive get around the corner for service that way. So Locomotive now has done a good job of taking advantage of the opportunities when they've gotten that the chance to get a serve in.
Austin still content to sit back. Certainly not adventuring forward. Down 2-0 here in the 84th minute. Yuma.
I think if they aren't as compact, that especially with the amount of possession that the Locomotive has had tonight and is able to demonstrate, then they really might, you know, walk straight down the middle.
And here's Ross, speaking of. He will take it out to the wing. Locomotive FC a little bit earlier with their spell of possession. Ryan, great pass up ahead to Maris. And here's Diego. Diego coming into the box. Diego wide and behind. Service to the top of the 6, knotted out by Fabian Garcia as Fox is taken down by Avila, who earns the free kick, does Andrew Fox. And Maris coming over to do exactly what is done. Diego back as well, certainly Sebastian Velazquez able to deliver that. Locomotive a little earlier, you heard from the crowd the olays as they went back and forth. It's like a game of keep away.
Exactly.
You ever play keep away with your children?
Of course. That's half the fun, isn't it?
With soccer?
For torturing.
Sure. Seva, back to Diego. Knocked over the back line. It will be a foul. Actually, a goal kick, last touched by Diego.
But when you're playing with your kids, you got to let them have it every once in a while.
I guess.
Or they lose interest. But when you're playing out here, not so much.
Nick Hines.
It's a win or a loss, not fun, not just for fun.
Well, certainly, especially if you're training young soccer players, you want to do a little keep away, don't you? I know your youngest, Gemma,
yes.
is looking like she might be more the soccer player, correct?
I think so. She likes to try and score goals and compete like no other.
Got to make mom proud. Following in mom's footsteps. Here's Diego. And taken down is Leandro Carrico. This is going to result in our first yellow of the match. Fabian Garcia in the 87th. Little pull on the Brazilian. The Frenchman, Fabian Garcia. The Austin Bold players, as we take a look, do seem to like to wear those form-fitting shorts, do they not?
Yes, that is. Not all of them have the longer style, apparently.
No, and Garcia has his hiked up pretty well.
He does.
Everybody else's look about 3 to 4 inches longer down around the knees, and his, well, there you go. It'll be Carrico to take his free kick over the ball. The Brazilian taking a crack at the free kick he earned, with the restart coming from Austin Bold. 1 goal in the season for the venerable, but still lethal El Paso number 9, Leandro Carrico.
And it was a incredibly important goal for the Locomotive to start off the season.
Stoppage time is in like the last seconds of stoppage time versus New Mexico United. The final sub for Locomotive FC in the 88th minute, coming off the field, number 55, Sebastian Velazquez. Well, we're supposed to get not the throw-in, but the sub. And coming on to replace him, will be Jose Aguinaga. And we are in minute 88 for our friend Rico. Here's to you, pal. May you rest easy. Longtime member of 8th Notch, Ramiro Souza, the man from Portugal. And you see the lights, the cell phone lights all throughout Southwest University Park. What a touching sight and tribute. Our condolences again to Bluebeard's family, or Rico to his 8th Notch and Section 105 friends. And our deepest condolences to his wife, Lorenza, and their 2 children. tragic news that Rico passed away earlier this week. The family of Locomotive FC out in force tonight as we enter the 90th minute. Long cross, lifted out by Ryan. It'll be a corner. And the chance of Rico from 8th notch in section 105. You don't think in its 3 seasons that Locomotive hasn't created family. Take a listen. They'll take the short corner. Diouf. Send an Avila. Nice touch. Bounces and Ketterer's got it. The flag was up anyway. Wouldn't have counted. Logan Ketterer covering his bases. We will have 4 minutes of eco-living stoppage time. Looking up for Casey Walls. There's a long switch out of the back. That's also offside. I believe that was Bold FC's first corner of the second half. They earned a couple in the first. But it has been a dominating effort in this match. Only one actually in the first.
They hadn't really gotten forward too much or had too much possession for
And
this half.
that's been the other issue, correct. %67% possession in the match, 70% in this second half. Austin FC trying to change that here in the late going. Stepping over, Hines. Richie Ryan in front of that from Diouf. It'll bounce Austin FC's way. Nodding it out is Gordon. The high cross, my goodness. Not at all what Marcelo Serrano's looking for. It's almost into the green seats, the GECU green seats out and back. Well, as you look forward, Locomotive FC halfway through eco-living stoppage time, looking for their 11th win. This would be their 18th match unbeaten. I'd say they've pretty much well got that wrapped up.
Yeah, it would be an incredible turn of events to have something different result.
Another foul on Garcia, or by Garcia on Leandro Carrico. Garcia, the team captain, wearing the band tonight. Of course, Locomotive FC players wearing the black armband in remembrance of Rico. But another free kick given away as Ozzy, the Mexican free-tailed bat that is Locomotive's last mascot. Vamos Locos. Richie Ryan on the restart. Diego ready to run at the defense. Nice chip. Carrico receives it back. Far post and in. Flag stays down. Leandro Carrico. First time magic from the Brazilian. (3-0) Locomotive FC.
That's some nice combination play and touches amongst that crew. And what a finish into that side netting.
Goodness gracious.
The goalkeeper had no chance, just right out of his reach into the side netting.
Far post side netting. Second goal of the season for Carrico. Will certainly send Locomotive fans home happy tonight. The assist to Diego. What a touch from the Brazilian.
Yeah, oh yeah. And him and Diego seem to have a nice connection on the field. And when Lucho is in too, add him to the mix. You just never know what they're going to do, but they know what they're going to do, and it's one of those unbeatable combinations with and then a finish like that.
It's all over here in El Paso, Texas. Leandro Carrico seconds before the game finishes with the third of the night for El Paso, 18 unbeaten at home, and the 11th win for Locomotive FC.
I guess Carrico likes to score in the end of stoppage time, huh?
Give him those final seconds, and the Brazilian can work some magic, that's for sure.
Watch out.
The all-time leading goal scorer in FC Juarez Bravo's history with a first-time beauty to the far post. Goodness gracious, what a way to finish. Leandro Carrico, thankful tonight, as are fans of 8th Notch and here at Southwest University Park. Locomotive FC 3, Austin Bold 0. Back.
Locomotive FC has gone Adidas. Brand new official Locomotive gear in the 3 stripes is available, including the 2021 jerseys and new styles from men, women, and children. With unique colors and styles, there's something for everyone. Shop online at locomotiveteamshop.com or visit our team shop located at the stadium. Nitro Circus is back for 2021 with the action-packed You Got This tour coming to El Paso Saturday, October 23rd. Top athletes in FMX, skate, BMX, scooter, and more. Are you ready to get this party started? Touring down huge world's firsts off the biggest ramps in action sports with more crazy contraptions, more insane stunts, more high adrenaline fun than ever before. El Paso, get ready to put your hands in the air. We're coming to Southwest University Park this October 23rd. Get your tickets now at nitrocircus.com.
Welcome back to Southwest University Park. Mark Lowry cheering on 8th Notch as he exits the field. A 3-0 win for Locomotive FC to improve to 11-1-4 to top the Mountain Division. Duke Keith along with Heidi Mocha. Let's take a look at our full match stats brought to you by the Hospitals of Providence. Locomotive dominating possession. The passing accuracy, 91% tonight. The possession over 65%. It was over 70 in the second half. Heidi, it was a schooling, top to bottom.
It absolutely was. I mean, Locomotive dominated
this
match and even managed, the total shots is just, I mean, not just double digits, 24 total shots. It's incredible.
And if you want to talk about defense and offense working together, you want to talk about Andrew Fox, who happens to be our Estrella Jalisco Estrella of the match. Let's go down to the field and Elizabeth Vega.
We're down on the field with tonight's Estrella of the match, Andrew Fox. Let's hear it, Locos. Foxy, big goal off the corner from your good friend Nick Ross. How are you feeling, and what did you see on that goal?
He did my job for me, really. It was a great ball in. Adair set a great pick. Those boys did the work. I was just on the end of it to put the final touch in. They did the work.
Now tell us about your celebration and the nod to Rico.
I'll just put this on. For Rico. We're playing for more than ourselves today, so for Rico, and it's very special. So for the 8th Notch and for everyone here, we lost one of our own, and we were playing for one of our own tonight.
Now the team is on an incredible roll at home. What does it mean to play in front of these fans?
It's unbelievable, It's just an added advantage for us. We play with 12 when everyone else plays with 11.
Now, do you have a message for all the fans here at Southwest University Park tonight?
Just keep coming. We can't do it without you. You're just as much part of this journey as we are. Let's just keep it going.
Thank you, Foxy. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Outstanding work. Our Estrella of the match brought to you by Estrella Jalisco, Andrew Fox, who has done some amazing work offensively, but you saw some of the defensive efforts as well. That is kind of the total package, and one of the reasons the Englishman is a part of Mark Lowry's lineup after being out for almost half of the season, Heidi.
Absolutely, and it's tough to be injured for that long and stick with it and be just resilient, and then step in and let Yuma play up and anchor that center back the way he did this match. He really is did quite a job, and then led the team, to get that first goal on the attack.
Outstanding work by Andrew Fox as we take a look at our GECU save of the game, and it's not Logan Ketterer. Take a look at this. It is Logan Ketterer. My apologies. It is Logan Ketterer. That was from distance. That's about all Austin had on the evening, as that shot coming in from Pino, winding up and letting fly. That's actually Omar Sis. But it is a fourth clean sheet for Logan Ketterer, a league-leading 8th of the season for Locomotive.
And the Locomotive now are first in clean sheets after tonight's clean sheet by Logan Ketterer. And, that is what the team takes pride in. Not just the defense, not just the goalkeeper, but the entire team finds it important to work together and earn a clean sheet as a unit.
Well, and that's what Mark Lowry preaches as our physical play of the game. I believe this is not going to be Logan Ketterer. This is going to be Nick Ross. Nick Ross with your physical play of the game, brought to you by Physical Hand and Therapy Centers. What a lineup there by Gordon. It gets chipped wide. Everybody thinks it's going over the byline, and Ross just waits for it to bounce in front of him and clears it away.
Yeah, to prevent an opportunity for a corner for the opposition, and we were the fortunate recipient of a corner that got our first goal. So when you can prevent your opponent from getting a corner, that's an impact play.
Well, we wrap this one up. Let's go ahead and look ahead at the next match presented by the Brian Birds home selling team. Moving ahead, after 3 matches at home, El Paso travels north to take on rival New Mexico United. They played to a 0-0 draw July 24th in Albuquerque. As of late, though, United has been struggling with their attack, failing to score in their last 3 matches this evening.
Yeah, the New Mexico and El Paso rivalry is about as good as we have in sports. These teams do not like each other. The match is more physical. Every match is more physical than the last. There's always so many fouls.
Yes.
El Paso's coming in at the top of the table, dominating the division. So you have to expect New Mexico to want to see the ball and get the ball into the back of the net and get a win against right now the Locomotive is the best team in the division. So remember, these two teams played each other 5 times last year. They've already faced each other 3 in 2021. So they're very familiar with each other's strengths and weaknesses. So it will be a fun match to watch, and El Paso is definitely going to be ready for it.
Dylan Mara scoring twice in 90 seconds in that last match here in El Paso. That's going to be August the 14th. At New Mexico United, 7:30 p.m. will be the start. And pay attention to Locomotive social media. Check me out at Duke Keith on Twitter as well. We'll have some talk about that coming up. But as you move into the next home match, RGV Toros FC, that's going to be a fireworks night here in El Paso, Texas. That's going to be a lot of fun. We hope to see you back as Locomotive FC comes back here in a couple of weeks. And some deserved rest for this Locomotive FC team tonight, Heidi. As it finishes this evening, Locomotive FC 3, Austin Bold 0. A week of rest for Locomotive before they hit the pitch again in Albuquerque. I think that is well earned.
Yeah, getting three goals to earn the 3 points has got to feel good after so many games in a row, and now they'll definitely get to rest up and take their show on the road.
We'll see you in a couple of weeks for a fireworks night versus RGV Toros. Don't forget to get those tickets, eplocomotivefc.com, online. For Heidi Mocha, for our producer Juan Gutierrez, our director Cesar Ruiz, I am Duke Keith. The final score again on the night we honor Rico. Locomotive FC 3, Austin Bold FC 0. So long, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.